Hello again, Craig here from forbiddenknowledge.info. Here we are at another fear porn milestone on YouTube. There's always been Yellowstone fear porn videos out there, but now because we had an earthquake here in June of 2017 of 4.8 on the Richter scale, now all of a sudden it's all the end of the world, you're all going to die. Everybody lives in North America and maybe the whole world, you're all going to die. Why is it you people love wallowing in fear porn? You only want to see bad news on the TV. You'll come to YouTube and you watch it. If somebody puts up a Yellowstone video about how you're all going to die, it gets 1 million hits in a matter of a week. Videos like this to show no, you're not going to die from Yellowstone, they get 100 hits in a week or less or whatever. Why is that? Why do you people love wallowing in this fear porn? And there's really no basis for it. Okay, yes, we'll say right now, yes, Yellowstone could erupt. It could erupt right now. Or it could erupt 1 million years from now. We don't know when it's going to erupt. I'm not knowledgeable in all the geology behind all this very much. But even you look at the scientists making these predictions, and they generally don't make predictions, actually. It's usually people on YouTube that makes predictions, but scientists don't really know. Scientists are really at a loss in a lot of this stuff. They have some good educated guesses about a lot of things, but they don't have knowledge when something's going to erupt, let alone putting a date on it, like some people have here on YouTube. They're putting the actual dates on the eruption. Good God, what's wrong with you people? I feel sorry for you. You're getting battered over the head if you love all this fear porn. You're coming here and you're going to start trolling below, and make sure it's all in capital letters, and you're going to start trolling below and telling me I'm full of crap, and go have at it. I love trolls. I'd love dealing with them because we don't feed trolls on this channel. We serve them for dinner. But okay, Yellowstone has erupted over and over again. The last 3 big ones, and let's just talk about earthquakes for a second. Do you know Yellowstone has thousands of earthquakes every single year? Usually between 1,000 and 2,000 earthquakes every single year. Has had ever since man has started recording earthquakes at Yellowstone. Yeah, and this was a big one. Well, 4.8 on the Richter scale. And there were a bunch of pre-tremors and a bunch of after-tremors in clusters. That's the way they always work at Yellowstone. Do some research. Year 2014, just a few years ago, another 4.8 earthquake. Did we all die? No. And then back in 1980, there was a 7-point, God, what was it? I didn't even write it down. 7-point something earthquake, where actually people did die. Some people actually died, but no, it didn't cause a major volcanic eruption, and we all didn't die. And you go back in history, the 3 biggest ones we had at Yellowstone were 2.1 million years ago, roughly. It was 2.06 million years ago if you want to be a little more accurate. 1.3 million years ago was another one. And the last big one we had at Yellowstone was 640,000 years ago. Now if you look at those numbers and try to place it, well, we're overdue. The YouTube clowns will say, we're overdue. Scientists say we're overdue. We should have had a big one a long time ago. No. If you look at the numbers, and if you go by sequential, chronological numbers like I just showed you, you'll see that we have probably more than 80,000 years to go before the next one is due. But you can't predict an earthquake that way, or an earthquake or a volcano that way. You just can't. Sorry. I don't care how special you think you are. You can't. Because they don't work that way. And no, all the animals haven't run from the park. I know somebody that was actually in Yellowstone and talked to them at the time, and no, we see animals here. The animals aren't all fleeing. So get over it. God, I just saw a video the other day that showed that, oh, it's because of all the underground drilling of secret bases at Yellowstone and the teleportation going on there, and Bigfoot and the aliens and whatever. Come on. What the hell is wrong with you people? Things are bad enough, we don't have to add all this crap into it. You might want to look into what really could happen. I'm going to have another corresponding video that I'll link below probably, that I'm going to do right after this video, about how to prepare. If you really want to prepare, because that's what I'm about preparing for disasters, and this would be a disaster, obviously, if this has happened. And it's about how to prepare for it, and you can go online, or you can just watch the other video. I'm going to do another video right after this. But you might want to look at what happened in year 79, Mount Vesuvius. Krakatoa in 1883, Mount Tambora in 1815. Mount Tambora was actually like one of the very worst. About 100,000 people died, but didn't actually die necessarily because of ash and because of the magma and the volcano and the eruption. And No, it was mostly because of starvation, because it actually blotted out enough for the sun to have a complete crop failure almost for an entire year. So you might want to think about that, of course, in preparing. But as long as YouTube continues to allow channel monetization, where people are, the clickbait, the headline of this video and others are clickbait, try to get you to click on it and get money. Now my channel isn't monetized, so I get paid absolutely zero. But everybody that goes to, you watch their video and you have to sit through an advertisement for, they get money each time you click on their video. And that's why you're actually seeing so many ads when you're watching YouTube videos, is because they're wanting to get money. Now there's nothing necessarily wrong with getting money, but when you lie to get money, and just create fear porn just for the sake of creating fear porn, because fear sells. That's why they do it. And then they try to get additional ad revenue, or they write a book. And there's so many people on YouTube that are trying to push this fear porn in order to get you to click on their videos more and more. God, this guy says I want, and there's hundreds of them. Boy, they must be right. They convince you in the end that they're right when they're actually very wrong. So this is always going to continue on YouTube. It happens with one of my topics, Fukushima, happens with flat earth, happens with Nibiru, happens with all these things that supposedly going to kill everybody. It never does. And you still love wallowing. And I don't get you people. But these people who are making these videos are laughing at you all the way to the bank. And they'll just keep producing more. They'll put a new date on it when this pole shift is going to happen, or this mysterious planet is going to hit the earth, or whatever. They'll put a new date on it, and even have multiple YouTube channels to convince you there's all these people out here that are predicting this stuff and it's going to happen, and then they pull their video with the ones with the dates and put a new video up with a new date on a different channel. And they'll just keep repeating the same formula because they know it works. They're making all kinds of money off you people. I make absolutely nothing off of this. I do it to try to educate people a little bit. But you might want to look into the reality of frequencies of earthquakes and volcanoes and predictability and what could be done. And yes, it could be bad someday. I'll say that again. But it might not happen for millions of years either. If you're really all that concerned about it, watch my next video that I'm going to produce here right after this. Thanks everybody for watching. So long.